building, you know what I mean? Here
In
to
his
motivate
house.
everybody, teach you guys how to go from the mud to the water, man. Teach it right, teach you
Let's
good,
do it,
some
yeah.
good ideas, and help the youth in our communities around here, man. Let's go.
So what we want to do, like we said, bring you guys these motivational ideas. Maybe y'all can help each other think about businesses, or get together and brainstorm, or just be a better person in life. Everybody wants to be a better person, and the only way to be a better person is to start with yourself. Like Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror. And I don't know if y'all listen to Michael, y'all might be too little, too young, but check that shit out.
Yes, sir.
So Hector, go ahead and give them a little bit of your story of how you got to where you at right now, bro.
So basically, man, we started, man, from nothing, man. We had a hard life growing up, and as a young kid, I always have an entrepreneur mindset. So as a young kid, I knew, we used to run the streets and do some dumb shit all the time.
10-4.
But when I was running the streets, I would think in my head, like, this wasn't me. I didn't want that life for myself or my family. So I decided to do different stuff and get into I got a barbershop and just pursued the entrepreneurship.
Straight hood shit. Barbershop first.
Yeah, it started. So so basically we got a barbershop in my dad's basement. It was my old room. We totally just gutted it out, put new floors, new paint on the walls, and made it a barbershop. Just made it the barbershop vibe. Everybody was coming through there for a couple years, and then when I met my wife, and we decided to move to Colorado Springs, and went to barber school and decided to do it right, get my license, and go legit. And eventually I got into a barbershop in Springs, and I ended up taking that barbershop over, and for about, I'll say about 4 years, almost 5 years, and then COVID hit, and we decided to do a whole. Yeah, we decided to do a whole.
Wait! You can't skip up on your little appearance at Famous Freddy's too. That shit was dope.
Famous Freddy's.
Yeah.
The haircut spot in
Yeah,
Denver,
that-
man.
Oh,
the World
shout out to
Series,
Famous
the
Freddy's.
World,
Shout out
the
to
World
Famous
Series,
Freddy's,
man.
yeah.
That shit was dope.
Yeah,
Can't skip
So
that.
Freddy's
That place,
Barbershop
too.
in Denver,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was cool too, but it was just too long of a drive for me from where I was doing, so it wasn't really worth it.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
know you were a few
But it
places,
still
bro. Not
was
only
dope.
just here in Springs. I know you were cutting here in Denver, Pueblo, trying to get yourself known. And when he said started, when we say started from the bottom, it's like he really started from a fucking basement, bro.
Yes, sir.
So we'd have a line outside the door, or like chairs lined up, and Marilyn Monroe everywhere, even though she was a hoe. But she was there. But it was it was just
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, you can't talk about it like that, dude.
I mean,
It's long enough.
it's
Crack
long
the
enough,
jokes.
yeah.
It's long enough.
But yeah, no, he really started from the gutter, bro. So like when I have him on, why I have him on this podcast is because he's one of them inspirational people in my life, and helped me get to where I'm at with wanting to do my business thing and taking that actual step out of faith and to do it. Because if you don't, I mean, where you're just gonna be stagnant, you're gonna be stuck in the
You're
same
gonna stay
spot.
complacent.
Yeah.
You don't want to stay complacent.
This guy has taken some major risks, and his
Complacent.
Complacent, dog. That's a big
big
word
yeah.
for people. You know what I mean? Because
That's a
people,
big word.
it's
The
easy.
risk,
It's
yeah.
easy. It's easy to stay complacent because
Real easy.
people are used to their lifestyle.
They
they're
get
not
comfortable.
They're
Yes.
not
And
comfortable.
the risks
They're
that this
comfortable.
man has taken in his life has got him to where he's at. Because if he would have never took those risks, let's say like going to barber school or starting his own business, or even just taking over a barbershop, he'd never be to where he's at with the photography
and not
business
only
now.
that, I was a high school dropout.
Hold
I
up.
dropped out at sophomore. I dropped
Yeah,
out as a sophomore.
sophomore.
So I basically did it all backwards. You know what I mean? So
Now let's go back a little bit because he did mention your photography, and we're jumping ahead a little bit. You did school, barber school. You came up to Springs,
Yep.
owned a shop. COVID hit,
yep.
and you decided to change. Go ahead. and go from there.
So I was kind of already doing photography for all my clients that I was cutting their hair and doing all that stuff. I was kind of getting into it, so I had
I
a little,
remember.
I had a little spot in the back,
I remember because you did mine and my son's first pictures together. dog.
Oh, yeah, that's
Actually,
right.
yeah. We did that in the back there, so that was for
And
Halloween.
my father,
actually.
may he rest his peace. I remember you took that picture
yep.
too, man.
Dad was out there. Yep, Dad came out
Yeah.
there and supported. But that's when I first started, and I actually was like, oh yeah, this is something that I want to do. This is something that I like. So I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
But then COVID hit, and I didn't know what was gonna happen with the shop or anything. So I decided to put all my money and invest it in cameras and photo booth and all that good stuff. And been doing that for 2-3 years now, and it's the move that I could have done for me and my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So tell me about like your daily routine, bro. Like, how do you stay motivated every single day? Like, what makes you get up and like want to be that Hector that you are, the best Hector that you are? You know what I mean?
So basically, man, it's not easy waking up every day and wanting to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You have to really your mindset has to be like really on it. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, it's all about business. I'm getting to my clients, and this is every day. Like, I'm not talking about. I don't skip any days. Like, every day I'm waking up, I'm getting back to my clients. I'm texting my clients. Future clients are gonna be, that are gonna book with me, or
potential clients.
I'm writing down shit that I need to, go get or do for my business. Or dude, it's just from early in the morning. I'm talking about 5:36 in the morning on the computer and doing all this stuff from the morning.
Yep.
And it's not easy getting up and doing that every day, because it's who wants to do that all the time? But me, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm infatuated. I'm infatuated with business, man. And like I said, I fucking dream it sometimes, dude. Like, I'm in my dreams and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's that crazy with me right now.
Makes you want to wake up and just pursue.
Exactly. It's
You're hungry.
Humble and hungry, bro. Like, you gotta stay humble. You gotta stay hungry no matter what.
But if you don't, bro, you're gonna get eaten up, bro. Like, you have to stay on top of the trends on the game. You know what I mean? You have to, like I said, I add stuff into my business all the time, bro. If I was doing the same thing as I was doing when I first started in this business, somebody already came and took me out.
Like we were talking about earlier
Somebody
with the
already
internet
came
thing.
and tried to take you out.
Yeah.
You weren't successful.
Exactly.
Like we were talking about earlier with the internet thing, you just gotta adapt to your situation or the situation around you all the time. Because if you don't, then you're gonna be pretty much like an outdated thing.
Exactly.
And nobody wants to be out fucking dated, pretty much. You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
TikTok, bro. You gotta stay with the trends, bro.
Yeah.
Every 3 months, dog. Every 3 months. Every 3 months is you gotta stay with the trends, bro. Like, that's just it. You know what I mean?
Bro.
You gotta get on TikTok. These cats are younger than me.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance to follow
These
the Real
cats are
Diverse
younger than me.
podcast on TikTok and follow the Real Diverse fucking YouTube channel as well. We'll be posting all the content.
Yeah, it's
give
good
us a
shit.
like, give us a follow. Do the damn thing.
Love it.
So,
Some good things and some good tips to
We'll
be
have some good
successful
shit coming up for y'all.
is to set some goals in life. You know what I mean? Set some goals to be successful every year, man, or every 2 years.
try to
or
have
whatever.
a 5-year plan, or like, or
plan.
even start with a 1-year plan or a 2-year plan, however, whatever you feel. But even if it's a 3-month plan, like I'm gonna do this in the next 3 months and accomplish that. And make sure you get up every day and you
Even
think
if you
about
start small with just a weekly plan of what you're gonna do for the week, plan
like
your
say,
week
I'm
out.
gonna work out this week, then fucking work out the whole damn week. Don't be a bitch and flake out on the last day because you're already there.
But the thing is, you got to set time deadlines for those goals. You know,
Deadlines and goals.
Deadlines.
Exactly.
Because then, if not, then you're never gonna fulfill
Deadlines
that
and
goal.
goals
You won't accomplish
coagulate.
it. You got to put a finish line. If there's no finish line, you'll never cross the finish line. You'll just keep racing.
It'll just be
and you don't want to just keep
procrastination.
running your feet.
Yeah, hell
Nobody likes to procrastinate, and I've never seen any successful procrastinators. Or maybe there is one or two, but I mean, you look at Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg smokes weed, and he doesn't procrastinate at all. That man is like the #1 business owner in the U.S.
Last 2022 was the businessman of the
top
year.
Forbes, you know what I mean? And like just like Mount Rushmore. Have you heard of Mount Rushmore with Too Short and all them?
Oh,
like
dude, that thing goes
like
Mount
we were talking about
Westmore.
Earl, Mount Westmore.
Mount Westmore. Come on.
I'm thinking about geographical,
Come on, bro.
historical shit right now.
We're
Sorry,
talking
my
about cultural shit right
we're
now.
talking about culture. Sorry, we're talking about hip hop.
Come on.
Anyway, but Mount Westmore, yeah, they got like Earl Stevens is they got that's E40 and his champagne, and everybody got their own little thing going, bro. Like that's the type of shit that we want to get everybody on. You know what I mean? Everybody should be able to think about their own.
They said they came together. Ice Cube said they came together on a weekend like cousins.
Dude, they recorded like 100
it.
and something songs, bro. Craziness, and like they recorded that many songs, and they were just having fun with it.
Yeah.
They were just flowing and just enjoying the time.
You just gotta find your avenue,
whatever you decide to do, you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy your time and make sure it's happy and make sure you want to do it for your happiness
Gotta have
and
a
not for no one
purpose.
else.
Have a purpose
Yeah, you
in
do it
life.
for
You gotta find your
your
avenue. Look at
Find
Hector
your
went from
why, like why you wake up, why you want to do
Yep.
this, why you decide to start a business. Because I have friends tell me, oh, I want to start a business, and fucking do that shit. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you can't. If you think you're the baddest painter, then be the baddest painter. Shout out to my boy Steven. You know what I'm saying? So like,
hit him up for some paint
shout out,
jobs.
yeah, shout out. Like everybody's out there trying to do the best thing in their mind, but be the best that you can be in your own work. Like take pride in what you do, no matter what.
Right. Yep.
That's one thing with Hector, and I know that he's thrived in his business, but he takes pride in what he do, whether it's the photo booth or whether it's the haircuts. If you guys haven't seen his still fade haircuts, check those out. So like you gotta notice the quality of the shit. It's quality over quantity. You can have 150 customers that are paying $10 a haircut for shitty haircuts, and you can have 2 customers paying, you know, $50 a haircut, but they're gonna get the baddest haircut that they've fucking seen on the planet.
Everything I've ever done, everything from growing up, everything I've done, I put 100% from studying the business to just, you know, marketing, everything that I can do possible to make my business better and me more successful. I've done it. You know what I mean? From barbering, watching videos, you know, trying to get better at, you know, doing silk fade barbers. You know what I mean? Starting my own little crew, like, and then going to photography. You know, some of the best photographers and videographers are coming to me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what, same thing with the barbers. Some of the best barbers are reaching out to me to come out to seminars and all this stuff. And now, and I that's one thing that I strive to do is, like, I want to be one of the best. I know I'm not going to be one of the top best, but I'm going to be one of the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my passion, and that's what I do, man. That's what I love to do.
You
is
found
just
the
gotta
right
stick-
avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You found your niche, and everybody likes to say everybody has to find their own. You find your own avenue. You find your own lane to be in. You're like me. For me, I feel like it's designing. And doing clothes, and even this, I feel natural at doing this right now too, because I
Yeah.
feel great doing this. What
It's a
about
lot
y'all? How
easier
y'all feel?
nowadays too
Oh,
for
I
the
love
youth.
podcasts.
Like there's so
Yeah.
many different opportunities and options for you to do something to make some kind of money. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but it's just not about. For me, it's not about making money. For me, it's I want to bring these younger cats like that, because like I said, we put in so much bad into this world. I want to bring some good and shed a light for these.
let them know that, you know, because we grew up from doing dumb shit. Like
Oh, yeah,
all of
we-
us, this
Yeah.
guy, we did.
Yeah,
we,
bro,
we
like-
were running the streets in Texas doing dumb shit. We could have chose the bad life and went to prison or ended
And
up
you know,
dead.
I did chose a bad life like that. I was addicted to drugs, and I was doing all this dumb shit in the streets and facing all this bullshit. Like, it's something that I just don't want to be able to put onto the world. So if I could help a couple of y'all maybe choose a different life and not go the route I went,
Learn
and
from the mistakes we made.
and not have to be catching up at 33 years old. You know what I mean? Because that's not something that anybody wants to do. Granted, it happens, and granted, if you do, by all means, take that and ride with it. Which that's why I'm where I'm at right now. But I have
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
could do it.
motivation
You
as
could do
well.
it.
I got a lot of brothers to motivate me. I got a lot of a family that backs me up. So you know, we're doing the damn thing.
But
so.
once you do it, you got to stay consistent
Yeah,
at it.
Yeah.
though.
Yes, sir.
I went back to college at 30 years old.
Yep.
You know,
There you
no
go.
one,
Know what I mean? I
nothing
went
says
back
that you can't. You know what I
10
mean?
years later, I'm living life.
Hey, you
know
ever
what I
heard
mean?
the
Who
story
cares?
of how the Colonel Sanders became famous? He had tried 100 times to get his
Man,
chicken
I ain't
approved.
talking about no Colonel Sanders.
Check
Come
it
on,
out.
man.
He tried and tried,
I'm
and they
just playing,
denied him,
man.
and
I'm
they
just
denied
messing.
him, and they denied him, and they denied him,
It's
and they
like
denied
Kanye,
him.
like
And they
Kanye.
finally someone was like, "Hey, this shit's fucking good." And at 60-something years old, he
Yeah.
became a fucking millionaire. I mean, it's never too late. You know what I mean? You just gotta think about that. Whether you're 33 or fucking 15 starting a business, it doesn't matter. Just do your best and try your
You could
hardest.
always live the life you want to live. It's just up to you to live that life. You know, you have to get it. You know, and if you don't go and get it, it's not going to come to you. Sometimes that's what's wrong with the younger generation is everything they want everything handed to them. They're
Yeah.
not used to going out and getting.
Yeah,
it.
and it's not a charity, guys. Like you got to understand that whatever
Yeah.
you got to go through a lot of shit. You got to go through late nights. You got to go through working late, or you got to go through working sick, or you got to go through not seeing your family in order to get what you want. Granted, it doesn't last forever. You know what I mean? It's just a season. But if you sacrifice, like Jim Carrey said, sacrifice fun time for a great moment later on in life. Because
Just
if
yeah,
not,
yeah,
then like
just
then
a short time
you
for a
know?
lifetime of,
Oh,
of
yeah.
A
happiness.
lifetime of happiness, a lifetime of stability, a lifetime
So
of
you think
fun, bro.
you spend 2-3 years trying to build your business, or 4 years, 5 years, even 10 years,
10 years,
and then
yeah.
you think you build your business to where you want it to be, your kids are going to be successful, and you just build a lifetime of just happiness and doing what you want to do, and you know, just living
Definitely.
life. Like that's what you got to think about. It's just a little bit of time. You know, some of us are already halfway through our lives, if we really think about it. Some of us only make it to 70, 60 years old, right?
Yeah.
We're 30 years old. You're 40 years old. We're well over halfway over our lives, and we don't think about that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
You
we're
gotta
not
think about
spending all,
that
like
shit.
when
I'm
we say
living
we've been
forever, man.
when
I
we
don't
say
know
we've been
about
through
you.
the gutter, and when we say we like grew up in a bad, and we did grow up in a bad situation. We didn't have a mom. We were in the fucking streets.
But we
were fucking-
didn't let that shit.
Yeah, and we let
affect
none
us,
of
you
that
know what I
shit.
mean?
We don't
let that shit
think
affect
about
us.
the past because we're not in the past no more. Like we're way past that.
Some people sit
obviously.
there and dwell on that, and
Like,
like,
oh
oh,
my
I
God,
love,
like-
yeah, and I get it. You know,
lived
I
in
get
the
it.
streets
Whatever.
for a year.
It was hard.
It's
Okay.
hard, yeah,
But it's
but
alright.
but
It
it's,
was
you know,
hard
life
for
goes on,
everybody.
life goes on, and the next day is gonna be better than last day.
Like,
you know
Yeah,
what I
if-
mean?
if-
there's
it was
always
hard.
worse out there,
Yeah,
too.
it was hard, but if you claim to be so hard, then beat that shit. You know what I mean? Because like how can you say you're gonna overcome a struggle if you can't get up and fight the struggle? You
Yep.
feel me? You gotta face that shit face on, and come at it fighting in order
And the
to
crazy
beat it.
thing is everyone faces adversity every day. You wake
Every
up. You
fucking
wake
day.
up. You wake up. That's a battle you win right out the gate. You feel what I'm saying? You wake up every day. That's a battle you win. That's a plus. That's already used to battling, used to adversity, used to facing adversity, beating adversity.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't have a car. You don't have this. You get to
If you
work
don't car-
every day.
yeah,
you get to work every
you
day,
get up
right?
early and you take the bus, or you
beat-
find somebody. Yeah.
You beat the adversity, but people don't see that little victory
It's the small victories that do count.
as
honestly.
as facing adversity. They're like, I do
As-
that every day. I
As
do
a
that
drug
every
addict,
day.
the small victories, bro, like do count. Like let's say, oh, I was a week sober.
Well, that's the
Fuck
thing.
yeah, then
that's
you're
what
like, fuck, I could last another week. So you last
Yeah.
another week, and then you lasted for a month. It only takes 4 weeks to kick a habit. And after that fourth week, you're like, you know what? I could do this every weekend.
Yeah.
Like I could do it, and it's what happens. You get into that mindset, like fuck yeah, and you get motivated, and you start going, and you start progressing even more.
Never
so you start
quit.
accelerating.
If you realize
know?
all the little battles that you face every day, the little bit of
Every day.
adversity that you face every day, that you conquer every day, when you meet big adversity, when you meet big problems, you realize that it's really not shit, because every day I face a million little problems, a million little adversities, and I beat them every day. Every day I
Every
beat them.
fucking day.
That's just what I do on a normal.
Yeah, so give
It-
yourself
it's
a round
not
of
even-
applause for even getting up and getting to work every day. 'cause
And
you
that's
don't-
what I mean.
takes
So,
motivation.
so if you look at that and you apply that to the bigger adversities, the bigger problems you apply and you see in life, then you realize like, fuck, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like Hector
exactly.
says, that ain't shit. I'm gonna be the best.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
You know
nothing's
what I
gonna
mean?
stop
Because-
you.
yeah,
Nothing's
because-
gonna stop you
And
from being the best.
don't get me wrong. Like you're probably not going to be the best of the best, but you're going to strive.
Gotta have that
You're gonna be the best
You
in
have
your
that
eyes.
mentality.
have
And
to
in your eyes,
strive.
yeah, in your eyes, you have to be the best in your eyes because
Yeah,
you can't
you have
can't
to
say like,
strive.
oh, nobody's gonna tell me I'm not the best. Because the way I see it is like the Bruce Lee was the best in his eyes. George Clinton was the best in his eyes, and everybody has their own styles. Like
Like, one thing Bruce Lee
yeah.
said that's
Look at
magic is you gotta love yourself before you could love anyone else.
Ding
Oh, yeah.
ding ding.
You can't be successful that way
Amen,
either. You gotta love
hallelujah.
yourself before you can love anything else and move on in the world and be successful.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes
bro.
you gotta let some people go. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
To be able to grow to the next level, you gotta
you can't
leave
have
some
a healthy
friends
relationship
behind.
with everybody.
You gotta leave some
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
behind. You gotta leave some relationships. Like it's gonna happen. You
And
don't
at
have-
the same
doesn't
time, it
mean you gotta
doesn't
like
mean-
not talk to your friends.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't mean you don't love them.
Yeah.
You can love them. You gotta love them from a distance
It's- yeah,
because
it's
it's
just-
not healthy.
But
Everyone's
if
on
they,
different levels,
But if
you
they're
know?
your friends, they would understand that. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're on their shit, and you know what I mean.
I'm
When I
on a
see them,
different
I
level.
love them.
Yes,
Whatever.
yes.
You know what I
and you
mean?
surround yourself with the type of mentality that you want to be.
Yeah,
on.
you can't. How was that saying? You can't soar with eagles and hang out with chickens or whatever. You know?
Our chicken heads.
Yeah, or chicken heads.
What?
Chicken.
Yeah, you can't do that. You stay away from the chicken heads. You know what I mean? They get you in trouble. Trust me, I know.
But yeah, no, there's
Sure
there's
fucking
just
does.
for people that are down and out, man. Like there's a lot more to life. You know, you might be going through one thing one day, but tomorrow is gonna be better. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep going, man. Keep going strong and just keep trucking along.
Yep.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I've wanted to quit so many times, and like I was telling Stefan, like. There's these big companies like Uber and like all these or these big companies now that were small back when we were growing up. If they faced anything when they were, you know,
Yeah.
coming up, like if they went through any trials or tribulations coming up and they quit, they would never be Uber or they would never be fucking,
Never.
you know, they would be fucking
Jeff Bezos
gone.
wouldn't
Like,
be Jeff Bezos,
so
bro.
what I'm trying to say is if you're going through something, like just keep going, man. Like, you know, and like just keep going and
Gotta keep fighting. Gotta find the dog in you.
exactly. Yeah, the dog.
Nothing
in
but the
you, bro.
dog in, man.
Sometimes you gotta just be, you know. So one things that I preach is nice people nice people finish last. You know what I mean? And I live by that shit. Like
Yeah.
I live by that
Yeah,
shit.
sometimes you can't. be
like
too
Ben
to
said,
that,
you gotta
man.
be a dog sometimes.
Yeah.
Look, some of the
Sometimes-
best leaders are compassionate but stern.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You know what I mean? So if you bite the hand that feeds you, or you're out of line, then you get put back in
Yeah,
place.
definitely.
Or you leave the
4
fucking line.
3
That's
minute
just
count, 3
how
minute
it
count.
goes.
10-4. But yeah, basically, like I said, if you guys took anything from this, let it be that we're just trying to give you this motivational advice.
This is
Maybe
our first one. We're gonna have many more podcasts with different people.
This is the first thing of start of a great thing. We'll have many guests. We're gonna have raffles. We're gonna have giveaways and stuff like that.
Play new people's music,
Y'all
local artists'
tap in.
music.
Yeah, we'll have some local artists on here. We'll have a bunch of things going on. So definitely tap in with us.
We'll have a lot of knowledge.
A lot of knowledge to give
lot
you
of
guys, and it's all going to be motivational. So anything's going to go except for politics and religion. We don't really allow none of that shit because that's what people fight about.
We don't speak on
we don't
that.
speak on that at all.
We don't believe in either.
Anything, anything that's motivational and anything that's business positive that could help anybody out. Feel free to drop in the comments. Give us a shout.
Yeah,
Hit
follow
us up
us,
on the
man.
email.
Just-
Follow us for sure.
We're gonna be bringing that content to
Shout
you
out
guys.
Stev.
Yeah,
Shout
thank
out
you for having
Hector.
us.
Shout out to Big Benny
Ben,
Blunts.
Hell
Coach
yeah.
Dog.
So, and with that being said, we'll catch y'all next episode. Y'all
Yeah.
have a good night.
Thank you.
Peace.
You.